Hey YouTubers, it's Anime Nico. I'm here to do my own reviews of animes from past, present, and possibly future. Um, if you would like to give me suggestions on which animes to review, leave a comment below. My first review will be on Fairy Tail Zero, since I have seen most of the first couple seasons of Fairy Tail. So in the first episode of Fairy Tail Zero, confused the hell out of me. It starts off with Natsu and Happy going on their journey to start training, which I thought it was another episode of regular Fairy Tail. And always Natsu has no sense of direction and gets lost. And then they decide to go to where Mavis is supposedly buried. And which is on Sirius Island. After that, it basically then starts Fairy Tail Zero, where you meet Mavis as a young girl who is part of the Red Lizard Guild, and she is basically treated like garbage. She has her parents both died, so the master of that guild, and then her guild gets attacked by Blue Skull, basically destroying everybody except for her and her friend Zira, or Zeta, however you pronounce it. So they end up being the sole survivors on Sears Island for a few years, and until you get these treasure hunters that come along, Yuri, Presh, and Ward. Basically, they're trying to find this precious stone called the Sears Jade, and basically Mavis had no idea that it was missing. But before that, the funny part was she ends up playing this game created by Yuri, basically thinking that if he would automatically win because he never lost at this game. All it is, it's basically questions to find out if it's true or not. So they end up leaving Sirius Island to search for this jade. On their way there, Mavis, the curious one, sees dolphins swimming around their boat, so she decides to go swim with them, and she discovers this underwater temple. She basically goes to this underwater temple to find treasure, possibly to help the three treasure hunters with their money problems. So she ends up exploring and finding this hidden chamber. And then she meets up with this massive fish, which is hysterical. Then Yuri and Ward end up coming to save her a little behind, which she ends up finding out the mystery that once you turn all the heads of the statues, it that you're supposed to find this massive treasure, which it looks like they don't come out with anything, but once they get on the boat, they surprise everybody with all these jewels that they found. Then once they get to so they finally get to the city of Magnolia, where Mavis ends up tagging along with Presh, and basically he's like the silent, moody type that everybody always misunderstands. To so she tags along with him to find out where Blue Skull took the jade. So they go through their little adventure and end up in a bar, which they find out that the bartender is part of Blue Skull, and he puts them in a barrier, which Mavis looks at the symbols on the ground and realizes that it wasn't an actual barrier. So she ends up walking out, which is hysterical. And then she says she knows magic and basically produces an illusion of this giant tiger, which scares the pants off of the Blue Skull bartender. And she learns, after getting the information from the bartender, and they decide, her and Presh decide to go back to the others with the information that they had. And as they're walking, or Mavis running and falling on her ass, she ends up walking right past Zedif, which everybody knows from the FairyTail series. And that basically happened in the 3 episodes that I saw. Um, it's good to know that you get to learn all about Mavis and how she creates FairyTail. Um, if there's any other animes that you guys would like me to review, uh, leave a comment below, and we'll see you in my next video. As always, bye. Nico, Nico, Nico.